When you're stepping up to play big, stepping outside of your comfort zone, stretching yourself just like gladiators do, you're going to fail. It is unavoidable. So what do you do to get your momentum back and become resilient? Well, in today's videos, I'm going to teach you some steps that will help you coach yourself out of failure so that you can get your momentum back, get up, and keep going. This is Keisha, your business and career confidence coach, equipping you to own your power and to unleash it. For the absolute best business and career advancement advice that will position you to dominate and win in your industry or field, click the subscribe button below as well as the bell so that you'll be notified of when I upload my weekly Wednesday videos. A lot of times when we push ourselves to take massive action, things don't pan out as we expected it to. It doesn't look as easy, or it is not as easy as it seems from the outside looking in. When we were sitting in the bleachers watching everybody else in the field playing the games, it seemed easy. But once we step out into the arena, we realize that things are not as easy as they seem. And we encounter obstacles. Sometimes we're going to put ourselves out there. Sometimes we're going to do everything within our power, everything that we think is right, and we're going to fail. And what we're going to talk about today is how to push through these failures, become resilient, and get up and get our momentum back so that we can get back in action in order to recover from the failure and to win. The great thing about a new year is that you have the opportunity, we have the opportunity to start all over again on a blank sheet of paper. But we don't have to wait until a new year for that to happen. We can have a new opportunity to start all over again in every new day, every new week, every month that we encounter, every quarter. And we may go for that job interview. I don't know, maybe you went for a job interview and you didn't get the job that you wanted. Maybe you put your name in the hat for a promotion and you just didn't get that promotion. Maybe your business plan didn't work out initially, or a project that you were working on fell through and you didn't get the results that you wanted. Well, here are some tips. Here are some steps that you can take to coach yourself so that you can get your momentum back, because you're not always going to have a coach around. But what I want to share with you are the tools so that you can fish for yourself. Tip number one, in order to be resilient through failure, is to normalize and to destigmatize the discomfort. Recognize that people who are stepping up to play big, to push themselves outside of their comfort zone, will fail. And it is normal. And it is also normal to have this feeling of disappointment and shame. And when we recognize how normal it is, it takes away the sting of the stigma. It makes it a normalized experience, that you recognize that you are in a part of a community of people that are taking action, playing big, and just doing it out there. Really take a step back and look at some of your role models, people that you look up to in your career, and ask them or look at the times when they have failed. And it will help you to recognize that you are in the company of giants. So again, make the experience not shameful, not that you're some weird person that you can never win or you can never succeed. We have to be very careful of the stories that we tell ourselves. The fact is, failure is a normal part of the success journey. So we need to take away the stigma away from it and recognize that it is normal so that we can eradicate the feeling of shame that accompanies this experience. The second tip in building resilience through failure is to stop overvaluing one experience. We tend to build so much emphasis and put so much focus on one meeting, one interaction, one experience, that we forget that true personal brand and character is determined over a long period of time. Our impact is determined based on how we show up every single day, day in, day out. That is how trust is built. That's how personal brand is established. You know, we tend to underestimate or overestimate what we can do in 1 year, I heard someone say, and underestimate what we can do in 10. And why? Because we are so short-sighted, we are so nearsighted. It is very rare that we don't have an opportunity to redeem ourselves or to make a big impact. It's very rare that we don't have a second chance. And so really take a step back and think to yourself whether or not this situation is something that you're going to remember 10 years from now. Chances are you won't even remember it at all. So think big picture, think bigger, and really recognize that you have multiple opportunities to prove yourself. You have multiple opportunities to make an impact, and stop overvaluing and putting so much emphasis on one thing. Was that second tip helpful to you? I'm interested to know when you have ever felt victim to overemphasizing one situation or experience. And I want you to type in the comment below what that experience was and the lesson you learned from it. Maybe you recognize that it wasn't such a big deal after all. I'm sure if you share it with the community, they will also benefit from it. So type in the comments below and let us know your thoughts. The third thing that you can do in order to be resilient from a failure is to reframe the meaning that you apply to the situation. Reframing is a fundamental skill in resiliency because it is a cognitive tool that allows you to apply meaning to a situation that will empower you and puts you in a resourceful state rather than in a disempowering state. So I'll give you an example. There are people that grew up in the same households, siblings, that they grew up in the same situation and their life experience may have been challenging. But one sibling decided to use that experience to inform them, to contribute to communities, to contribute to society in a way that will help others not to experience the thing that that person had experienced, and they go on to achieve success and fulfillment in many ways. While the other sibling may fall into a victim mentality and they may think, oh, like I went through this difficult situation and I am so limited by it that I'm never going to be able to recover. You see, in the same way, we can utilize a mindset or a frame of mind that will help us move forward rather than be stuck in the failure that we experience. It all depends on the meaning that we apply to the situation. The exact same thing can happen to myself and you, and I have a different interpretation that serves me and empowers me, and you can have an interpretation that keeps you stuck. So in order to allow ourselves not to be stuck, so that we can be in the most resourceful state, so that we can move forward and win and be successful, I'm going to share with you a list of questions that will help to coach you through the challenging time and adapt a mindset that is empowering and one that will serve you, not hinder you. So I'm going to read a few questions that I want you to write down and ask yourself to help you overcome the situation. Question number 1. What did I learn from this experience? Question number 2. What do I know now that I didn't know before? Question number 3. How will the learning that I experience in this situation inform a different approach going forward? Question number 4. What can I try this time? Question number 5. Who else can I consult with going forward to brainstorm a different path or a different action? Question number 6. Who will I be in this situation? This question is to help you access your most powerful self. Who will you be in this situation? Think about that for a minute. And final question, what is the next best action that I can take? I want you to utilize these powerful questions that will help you move from being disempowered and stuck and move you into a resourceful state that will help you problem solve and move forward. So those were some powerful coaching questions that will help you to coach yourself out of being stuck to unstuck and to move forward and build resiliency when you encounter failure. Share with me which one of these questions you found most helpful that you will utilize going forward. So that is all for this week, my friends. If you love this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, and share it, as well as click on the link below to read the full detailed blog related to this video. You can also check me out on Instagram at Keisha Winter. Have a great week. But before you go, don't forget that now is still the best time to position yourself for your next promotion, raise, dream role, or even to start the business that you've always wanted to start. See you next time.